What's up guys, Brad here from Piney Grove, and in today's video we're going to finish the gravel driveway to our mega shed. So behind me you see the remnants of our second pile of gravel. We got the first pile spread. See the mega shed behind me, and all that is done up there. And what we did up there on that slope was use Vevor Geo Grids to hold that gravel in. That was an interesting process. Go back and check out that video, but that came out really good and we're really confident that all that gravel will stay up there on that hill. Switching over here to the front of the shop, this is all done. You see where the drainage is incorporated there, and all of this is done to the mega shed all the way to our asphalt millings driveway. And that's what we have to finish today. We got to work on that transition a little bit and get the rest of this gravel spread. I've got this grass growing in here and I wasn't really sure how to transition this, so I think what I'm going to do is come in here with the tractor bucket and chop off about a foot here, and I can come along here with the tractor and scoop that up. And because it'll be a mix of dirt, millings, and grass, I think I can put it on the driveway and backblade it, pick up the grass, and then the rain will wash the dirt away, and it'll just be asphalt millings back on this side of the driveway. But all this has been cut out. It's down about 4 inches or so. We should have plenty of rock here, and I also got to take some rock and put up top there. We've had a rain since last weekend when we spread the first pile of rock, and I can see a couple little hills and valleys out there, so I'll put a little bit of rock there and backblade it. And by the end of this video, we should not only have a finished gravel driveway, but I'll also get into the cost of what it took for us to get to this point. That rock pile is right in the way for me to use the bucket to kind of scoop all that up. So I'm going to shovel that right there. That should be enough shoveling, and I should be able to put the white limestone right against that black asphalt millings and achieve what I wanted to achieve. I'm not going to worry too much about the black versus the white stone, because eventually we're going to have limestone as we build our new house that probably goes past that white sign right there. But that idea of dumping a little bit of the millings, the dirt, and the grass on the driveway and then back dragging it worked out pretty good. I just have some clumps of grass back there I got to pick up and throw into the pasture and let them decompose out there, but the rain will wash that dirt off of the road. So now I'm going to take this limestone, put it up against the asphalt, and start grading this, and this should go pretty quick. My fear right now is I don't have enough rock. That asphalt milling driveway is about 8 inches taller than this driveway, so on that transition it's taking a lot of rock. And I still have some bare areas here, and I also want to take a couple loads and put up at the top here at the mega shed and back drag and fill in these other little ruts that the rain created as it washed the fines into the coarser rock. So what started out as a big pile of rock is quickly dwindling. And it seems like the more I mess with it, the more I create little ridges. And a lot of that is because my loader is bent a little bit, so one side presses down more than the other. But I've got it pretty smooth up there, and I still have a little bit of pile to work here. So over there is pretty much done. That's flat. It's graded properly down to the drain. Down here, along this edge, needs a little bit of work. And then, of course, I need to finish over there. And I'm no expert, so leave a comment down below if you see something I should be doing different. But this is the second big job that I've done with it. Like, you get it to a pretty good state, But then the more you grade it to get it perfect, you're never going to get it perfect, because when you get it perfect in one area, you kind of mess it up in another area. Deb's not here, but one thing she likes to do on gravel piles is stand next to them. So I'm 6 foot tall, and you can see there's not much gravel left here. So I cut this edge out here to be a straight line, and I wanted the gravel to be in a straight line. And that's just really hard to do. I just back blade the gravel up to this edge the best I can, and then get over on this side and kind of drag it back. But you can see there's a little bit more needs to go here. So it's gonna be really close. Leave your bets down now. Am I going to have enough before the end of the video? I never use the float function on my loader, and that's when you take the handle on a Kubota and shove it all the way forward, and then it doesn't have downward or upward pressure on the loader. It's just the weight of the loader as you back drag. And what I was finding was, as I went down this hill, if I tried to apply the pressure with the handle of the loader, I'd put too much and overcut. So I actually back drug all of this in the float position, and it came out absolutely perfect. And a big reason that it helps for me to have float on that final grade is because my loader's bent a little, so it was putting more pressure on the right side than the left side. In float position, it didn't do that. It made it perfectly smooth. I said I'd talk to you about cost, so before I spread this last little piece here, let's get into that. So first of all, let's talk about the size of this driveway or this pad in front of this shed. So the shed is 44 feet wide, so we're 44 feet wide and 45 foot long up to here. So imagine that's a square. Right here in front of the shop, we're about 15 feet wide and about 13 feet long. So we can add that up later for square footage. And then we have the transition from the asphalt driveway over to the gravel. So that's the size. We'll throw up the square footage here on the screen because I can't do that in front of the camera. So the next thing is labor. How much labor do I have involved here? And I think we have 6 days of work involved here. So each video usually encompasses a 6-hour day. That's about all the time that we have with the transit time out here to the farm. So 6 times 6 is 36. Let's call it 40. Let's say it's 40 hours of labor out here. Most people that are equipment operators are going to charge you $50 to $100 an hour. Let's just say $100 an hour. We'll put the math up here. I hate to do math in front of the camera. So then material-wise, what do we have? We put in 10 railroad ties. I bought them at Lowe's for $20 a piece plus tax. We'll just call it $20. So that's $200 worth of railroad ties, and I have a little bit of drainage in here. So let's call it 50 bucks in drainage. So $250 in material. As far as fuel for the excavator and the tractor, let's call it 10 gallons at $4 a gallon. So that's $40 worth right there. And then the big ticket item, let's talk about the gravel. So the gravel cost actually surprised me, not only in just cost per truckload, but also in how much we needed. We just did a driveway to my parents' new house, which is behind the mega shed. We used 2 loads of road base and 2 loads of gravel there. And I thought that we would need half for this amount. I just felt like in the measurements in my head, this was half as big as that driveway. I ordered 1 load of road base. The road base has a lot of fines, big rock, middle rock. It hasn't been screed out. You put that down first, it compacts real well and it's cheaper, and it saves you on the amount of 57 gravel, which is more expensive that you have to use. So we got 1 load, and I asked the driver when he dropped that off, because I needed to spread that before we got the 57. I said, I think I'll need 1 load of 57. And he said, man, it's going to be close. He said, I would order 2 loads. He goes, I don't think you're going to have that much more left over after 2 loads. So we spread out the 1 load of road base and put it about 1 inch or so thick. Did a pretty good job with it and only had very small gaps in coverage. And we went ahead and ordered 2 loads of the 57 gravel, and you can see it's barely going to be enough. So that was a good call. The road base is $650 a load, and the 57 gravel was $850 a load. And just in a couple months, it's gone up to $900 a load. So we have $24.50 in just gravel alone, plus the other things we talked about. And I'll put the total up here on the screen because I know I'll mess up the numbers, but that's how much we have in doing this project. But I got that transition all done. It came out really good. It's really smooth as you go from the asphalt millings onto the new gravel. And the rest of it's done. You can see it over my shoulder here at the shed here. Then you got over to the driveway, or over to the asphalt millings driveway, and then over here to the shop. It's all done and looking good. We sure appreciate you coming along with us on this project. We'll put up a couple of links here to some of the videos of preparing for this day. But until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard.